My name is Tristan Roberts, and I'll be speaking to you today about Ireland. Ireland is a gorgeous country in Europe, whose history is marked with a lot of blood. From wars, rebellions, plagues, famines, and kingdoms rising and falling, this country has seen it all. And it's through all this hardship that its people have crafted its wonderful and powerful culture. From the kingdoms and castles that tourists now visit every day that tell of this beautiful history that the country had, to the hard and substantial foods of old that people still eat every day, the new food that has risen out of that tries to bring back the traditional ingredients of the land, and the sheer vast amount of alcohol that is created in Ireland every year. Ireland has a beautiful culture, and I would like to speak to you about it today. Starting with the castles that we see there. People talking about every time you talk about anything that has to do with tourism in Ireland, you're either talking about pubs or you're talking about castles. And the castles that are most famous are one that nobody can go hearing about and not have already known about, and that's Blarney Castle. Blarney Castle is home of the Blarney Stone, which is that stone that people talk about that if you give it a kiss, you get the gift of the gab. And it gives you good luck. Everyone who goes to Ireland goes to Blarney Castle at least once for the experience of the stone. Another castle that's very well known is Doe Castle, one of the more rustic and old, still in its old state, not modernized for tourists or anything like that, just kept with the gates open. Doe Castle sits on a peninsula on 3 sides covered in water. If you're seeing it from the other side of the lake, it looks like it's floating there. It's an incredible sight. Both of these castles are just 2 of the many, many, many pieces of old that you can visit in Ireland. Their whole history categorized by the ancient ruins left behind. In these places, these other tourist attractions are usually some olden-style cafes. And in these cafes, you can have what Ireland's known for again. Another thing Ireland's known for is its substantial and very odd food. Things like black pudding, which is the strained blood of a cattle into pudding, or their focus on porks and white meats because of how back in kingdom days cattle was seen as a social statement. The more cattle you had, the higher your social status was. So people wouldn't kill their cows very often because they produced the milk that they needed to make cheeses and all kinds of delicious, delicious things that were just created just so people would have something to fill their stomachs, because Ireland went through many, many famines and hard times. And one of the things, other than cheeses and the blood of meat that saved them, was the potato. And many people will know this, but Ireland is very well known for the potato. They would grow them because they were so easy for people to just eat and have, and it would fill their stomachs because it's starchy, that it became a cornerstone of their entire culture. As well as, in the 20th century, there became this new movement to get all the fish and the old ingredients of the land and combine them into new and exciting foods that people of Ireland could have, so they weren't always eating bland foods anymore, which is very good. All of it is very delicious. The last thing that we will talk about that goes with that is all of the hundreds of types of alcohol that Ireland produces. From the stout Guinness to whiskeys aplenty, Ireland has hundreds of types of alcohol made every year. And that's mostly because of its people's need to escape from the hardships they once went through that created this alcohol industry for them. But it makes Ireland a lot of money. So, we can see from the fun of the drink that they create, to the hardships in the food, the hardships that cause the food that they eat, and even to the castles that loom in the distance that might mark something dark from the past, or some glorious thing like the Blarney Stone, we see that Ireland is a gorgeous old country with many things to tell us. And if you ever get the chance, I would definitely recommend staying there for a while. Check it out. Alright, bye. I don't care. That was...